Hey, welcome back to science class. Today I'm going to be showing you about the science journal entry, Design and Science of blank. So we take for granted a lot of things that we use in our daily lives that may actually have been the culmination of a scientist or engineer's life work, such as the basketball or video game controllers or bike tires. These things have been designed and worked on by professionals in their field of physics and chemistry to create something that enhances the activity, sport, or hobby. So your instructions for this activity is to think of a sport, a hobby, or activity that you enjoy doing. I put some examples here. So if you like basketball, you could pick basketball or another sport. There's video games, riding a bicycle. It could be something that you enjoy doing. Okay, once you figure that out, I want you to name your science prompt the design and science of blank, and that blank you should replace with the hobby, activity, or uh, sport that you're interested in researching here. Then I want you to think about how scientists must use and manipulate their knowledge of friction and physics to design tools or equipment for this activity, such as if you are talking about basketball, basketballs are designed with specific specifications in mind. If we're talking about friction, a basketball is made with not a perfectly smooth surface. It has dimples in it. It has ribs as well, and it's made out of a specific type of rubber that gives just enough friction and grip so that the ball can be handled and dribbled so that it doesn't stick or bounce sideways on the ground. And then when it is thrown through the air, it's aerodynamic at the same time. So those are all things that physics is involved in its design. Same with game controllers. Most of them are made to resist motion just a little bit, so it's not a whole lot of work for your thumbs to use them, or same with mice or keyboards if you're a PC gamer. Bike tires as well are literally designed to push and pull the ground in specific ways. Some tires are designed for mountain roads, but they wouldn't work as well on cement because you don't need as much friction to, or I guess traction to go on cement. So then I want you to do is do some research into how friction or physics might be used in a specific way, not in the whole sport, but in a specific way to improve the ability of the person doing the hobby, activity, or sport, or in in make the experience better. So you can see an example here. A basketball surface is dimpled to add friction. We just talked about that activity, how bike tires and treads are designed to experience more or less friction. Then write 2 to 3 paragraphs of 4 sentences each about your research and include any information about how science has improved the activity. So, for example, basketballs have changed today as they were when they were originally started making basketballs. Joysticks are very different today than they were in the 80s, and same with bike tires and bike treads. So, once you've written your 2 to 3 paragraphs, you can do this in your physical notebook or by clicking this and making a digital copy here. This will, if you click on the image, it will link you to the digital copy of those 2 pages. The second part is draw or make a diagram of what you researched and indicate particular science advancements to what you picked for your subject. So if I was going to do a diagram of a basketball, I would draw a basketball and maybe draw an arrow to it and show like the surface. I would maybe show like a little ribbed surface saying, here's how airflow is around it when it's dribbled or passed. If I was drawing a joystick, I would draw the 2 different joysticks and say, here's how it's changed, here's how it works, and maybe show the joystick being moved this way with some resistant force and an arrow like that. And bike tires are pulling and pushing the ground. You could talk about rolling friction in that. Um, and then submit your copy of your work by uploading a screenshot, photo, or link to your work, and email if you have any questions. So if you were to click on load a new tab here, um, there we go. It will say make a copy. You'll click make a copy, and then you can just click and edit the text within this document right here. And it should hopefully give you something that you can share by clicking the share button, or take a screenshot of what you're looking at and send that as well. The graph section is down here, so if you want to use images from the web to use to make your diagram, that's great. Otherwise, you can draw it, but have fun with this. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're interested in, your hobbies, activities, and sports. Always email me if you have a question, and I will look forward to seeing what you have for this assignment.